Hey, it's Scope11, and with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition coming out soon, remake of one of the greatest games of all time, if not the best of all time, I wanted to do a recap video on all the LEGO Xenoblade Chronicles 2 characters that I've made. Sadly, not many of them. Xenoblade 2 had one of the best casts of characters ever that there ever was, and I've barely made any of them. I haven't even made Mithra. I mean, technically, Pyro and Mithra are the same person, but I still vastly prefer Mithra's design, and she's one of my favorite characters ever, so really annoyed with myself that I still have not made Mithra, and haven't made Nia either, even though I've really been wanting to do that, but the designs are just so detailed, so that makes it a really big job to make them. Eventually, I still want to get to them, but right now I'm probably going to be focusing on Xenoblade Definitive Edition characters instead, or rather just Xenoblade 1 characters, since most of the designs are basically just exactly the same, just more detailed than they used to be. So, onto the recap. First off is Rex. And I've updated all of these multiple times. Rex has probably had the most work go into him with being remade over and over again. So these here, the vest, and this thing, the anchor shot, are all made with paper and tape. Same goes for the sword. This is a Chima sword that was cut up. I cut a lot of it off and then put paper on. Or actually, I think I just put tape on, no paper on this, to get the right shape of it. And because the sword is so big, he has a hard time standing up on his own, so I'm not going to try standing him up again. Pyra. Tora. I can't remember, but I may have done a tutorial on how I built him. If not, and anyone wants to know how to build him, then let me know, and I'll probably be able to get a tutorial made on him. If you can't tell just how to build him from here anyway. Poppy Alpha. And again, all these details like that aren't made from actual pieces are made from paper and tape. In some cases, just paper, some cases just tape. Depends on what it is, really. So like the hair, that takes both to make it thicker. The cape, that's just paper, and then the tape is only used for, I guess, sealing it into place. Not exactly sure how to describe that. I've done tutorials on generally how I make these paper craft things for LEGO minifigures, so probably better explanation there, where I showed how I actually do it than trying to explain it with something that's just finished. Poppy QT only have the one fist piece, so I was not able to make both. And lastly, Poppy QT Pie, the strongest character in the game. This is probably my favorite hair that I've done, custom hair that I've done for a minifigure, because it just came out looking so much like the real thing. Plus, Poppy Cutie Pie's hairstyle in general is just perfect. So, of course, getting it to look right, it was going to make it look really good for a minifigure. Also, forgot to mention with Tora's variable saber, it's a clone trooper slash stormtrooper rifle. The small one, or well, the medium-sized one, not the really small one. It's a medium-sized Star Wars blaster, and I carved it down a little so that it could become the same size as a rod piece. That way it could fit into a minifigure hand or a claw piece, which I use for Tora. So Puppy QT Pie can also hold it, or any minifigure for that matter. So I did that by taking a pair of scissors and just like shaving over it until it got rounded enough to be the same size as a rod piece like this. Also had to cut off the visor of that too before doing that. And then these bits of the sword were made with tape. So eventually I still really want to do Nia and Mithra, but for now, probably going to just be making some Xenoblade 1 characters. I already have Shulk, but I need to update him, so I'm going to be revising my Shulk, and probably going to be doing Melia and Fiora too. Definitely Melia, because her design is going to be really fun to try making. Probably pretty hard, but also really fun because of how robe-like it is. And if there's any character from Xenoblade, any of the games, or any other series that you want me to make specifically, then see commission info linked in the description below. So, see you next time!